Tonight on Tranquil Radio, we got Tom DeLonge in search of Bigfoot, Korn goes to court, and Aaron Lewis, everybody's favorite douche. All this and more coming up on Tranquil Radio.
Motherfucker.
People will bow to it.
What's up, everybody? This is Tranquil Radio. I'm your host, Sean Ryan.
And I am Coley Colgate.
Coming from Cleveland, Ohio, and we have a hell of a show for you. As always, when don't we fucking wow you? And apparently, it is baseball season. Well, softball season.
Knock it out of the park there, fella.
It's fucking 16 degrees outside in Cleveland, but...
Play ball!
All right, let's just get it started. Tonight, Tom DeLonge. This is a wild, I wouldn't even say wild story because, Jesus Christ, do you expect anything differently from Tom DeLonge?
No, he's just a weird dude.
Yeah. Recently, Travis Barker, he was on the Joe Rogan Experience. That show was insane. He had so many fucking wild things to say. Even when just people just tell me, like, oh, I'm vegan since I was 13, I would be like, that's wild to me.
That's crazy.
We live in Cleveland. That's not like a thing.
I like steak.
Yeah.
Chicken wings.
But that's besides the point. We'll give you a rundown of everything that Travis had recently said about Tom DeLonge, who still remain in, a decent close contact.
Yeah, they're friends.
I think they tweet.
Yeah, they text.
Little text. Hey, how you doing, buddy? When Travis was talking about, his days in Blink-182 with Tom, there was a lot to say regarding his big thing for UFOs.
Yeah, which I think at this point, like, everybody knows. He's an alien nut. Like, he really believes in aliens.
Oh, yeah. He has, like, a whole...
Which I do, too.
He has a whole business, like...
Yeah, he's got, like, a school or something, right? Or,
yeah. That's, like, apparently millions in the hole, but...
yeah, well, it's school.
He did release some document that they said was a government-released footage of a UFO, which...
turned out to not be the case.
Travis said when they were on tour, and quote, he would even go as far as when we were on tour to be like, let's go fucking look for Bigfoot, whatever it was, and he would assemble a crew and they would go do it. They would just get fucking loaded and stare out the window for UFOs and then sometimes just go out on a search for Bigfoot when they're on tour, because when you're on tour, you have really nothing to do. You're stopped, maybe you're in a crossover city or something like that and you just have a night off. Mm-hmm. Where it's just like, well, what else do we do? I don't know. We're gonna get fucked up and go look for Bigfoot.
It's when you're on the road, you're staring out the window. You think you see shit all the time, dude. I've done it. I went and looked for Bigfoot on tour. I've done that.
I've seen aliens.
What's that?
I believe.
That was cool. It doesn't really surprise me that he's doing that. I mean, he's into a lot of the paranormal stuff. He always has been. Bigfoot is certainly more believable, I think, than, aliens.
Travis has said, I think that it's totally a thing. It's probably true that he's out there, but he's just like, that's too heavy for me, man.
Yeah.
I'm not going out on a dangerous trip out somewhere in the middle of the fucking mountains to go look for Bigfoot for you.
If you're not like a diehard believer, it's going to take a lot. But Tom is. He quit the band to pursue aliens. Travis mentioned to Tom, like, in a text, he's like, I'm on my way to the White House. And of course, Travis's response is like, as you should be. Yeah. If you're looking for answers, that's the place to go, I suppose. But
yeah, fucking crazy story. Do you guys believe in Bigfoot? Do you want to tell me your theories? Let us know in the comments.
What if Bigfoot's an alien?
Ooh.
That's a theory.
Valid point.
And now on to a segment that I really was happy about doing. We're going to talk about Korn.
Korn, I swear to God, okay, this is like one of the best things. When you are grilling corn, you just brush it with a little bit of olive oil and you add some lime zest and Parmesan. Like, you would not believe how good that tastes.
That is not the corn I am talking about.
Oh. Okay, Korn is in a lawsuit right now with their ex-drummer, David Silveria. He quit the band in 2006 and replaced him with Ray Luzier. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right.
Who cares? He's just a drummer.
I speak American. So yeah, Korn is into this lawsuit, and they are suing David Silveria because, in terms of breach of contract, really, like, he is not in the band anymore, and he is not to receive any more royalties from Korn or any of their further albums or further producings, record sales from their past catalog. That he had played on.
He wrote a lot of that stuff too.
He wrote a ton of it. He was on how many, 5, 6 albums?
Their best albums, yeah.
Yeah. David had told fans in 2013 that Korn was not in the same since he left, saying, quote, until they have a real funky drummer, it's not going to groove the way that it could. I've made it very clear that I'd come back to restore that groove. But you know what? They moved on. Like, he left a very, very long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking well over like a decade and a half.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to get going and get back onto the records and stuff like that. He saw it as something of a sabbatical, but you know, when he left, time was ticking, and they wanted to start getting back into the studio and get on the road, and they needed someone to fill in.
Yeah, I get that from the band's perspective, but also that band waited around for how long waiting for Jonathan Davis to get his shit together?
I don't know.
Like a long time.
There's like a gray period that I don't know anything about Korn.
I don't know. I don't like that, you know, they kind of threw him on the back. He should be able to come back.
I think, you know, like with Head, they brought him back, although like there was a little bit of bad blood because Head, you know, he found God after being on drugs for so many years and doing so much meth. And, you know, they welcomed him back, and that's what David was saying. He's like, well, how the fuck did you guys welcome Head back and not me?
Yeah,
like, what the hell's going on? And I just have a feeling it's
member.
an internal band thing. Maybe what they're not saying is just like, we just don't like you.
It could be that. It could be that. Or it very well could be, we don't have to pay this other guy as much as we would have to pay you because you have royalties. And
I know. I never
that.
think about the money aspect.
And
And that's what Jimothy said in
yeah.
our last episode about Kiss.
90% of it is money. It's money.
I know. I never fucking think about that.
If you came into the band and they're like, yeah, we'll give you fucking $2,000 a fucking show. You're like, hell yeah, but they got to pay him fucking $10,000 a show. Obviously, they're going to go with the cheaper guy.
Yeah.
It's more money in their pockets. So it might not mean anything other than that. Of course, it could mean a lot more than that, but...
Well, in terms of their old catalog, David is in breach because he was actually paid a huge lump sum.
Yeah.
He took Korn, David Silveria took Korn to court about, like, hey, where's my fucking royalties? Where's my do-re-mi, man? Where is it coming from? Why am I not getting it? And, you know, there was a big dispute back and forth. Lawyers get involved. Thousands, hundreds of thousands are spent.
Yeah.
And then they finally reached an undisclosed agreement of just like, here, we're going to give you this big pile of money. You go away. You're not in the band. You don't get any more royalties after this. Shut the fuck up.
And he was fine for quite a while. So then he goes to Sound Exchange, who they handle all of the royalties for, you know, a lot of huge
Various
artists.
bands.
And he just kind of went to renegotiate a little bit, see if he could get more, see if he could do something else with the contract.
A little backhanded move.
And that's a no-no, because just doing that, just going to them, totally fucking nullified the contract and the agreement that he had with the band already.
I know, because it screwed
So,
Korn
it screwed
now
them,
out of
yeah.
nearly $300,000
Yeah.
since July of 2018 when David had gone to Sound Exchange. That is why Korn is now suing
him.
David Silveria.
So all that
David-
Korn money he got before, he's going to lose a little bit of now because there's no way he can win that because he did breach the contract.
Yeah, so it's basically like a non-disclosure agreement,
Yeah.
whereas it's like, all right, you've been paid, you shush, and now you're done. Okay, you're out.
And he didn't do that. He didn't stick to that. And
Me washing my hands. Now, Korn is screwed out of money. David has caused a ripple in the band and their finances.
Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions.
And you know what? That blows. But I have a feeling that David is. It almost seems like an attention thing that like David just really wants to come back by doing some sort of like babyish kind of fucking thing.
if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, I feel like he joined some like weird fucking really shitty like
I
South
know.
Florida rock band. Like,
Oh.
didn't he?
Where every guy looked like they had the
Yeah.
highest blood pressure, like off the charts.
I remember seeing a video. It looked like he was shot with a cell phone in like a basement.
Core 10 was that band.
That was it.
Oh my god! If I can find some of this video, I will show
Put
it to
on.
you because
Put it
it's
right
just
there.
like
I want to look at it.
really out of shape. Really, everybody is super
Everyone
red.
kind of looks like Scott Stapp.
Oh man, everyone is just puffy, and it was just that terrible like, oh, this is for the troops, man.
It was
yeah,
bro rock, but
oh
but
god,
not.
was that so bad?
It was,
Oh, and my favorite part to this story, a fun fact that I did not know: Fieldy, Mr. Badass.
He's
but
like a cholo.
He's like a cholo. His name, his first name is Reginald. That was the best part of the story for me.
Reginald.
And that is enough of that. And on to our final story. America's favorite douchebag. Longtime enemy of Train Kill Radio, Aaron Lewis, is back in the news. Like, he fucking needs it, dude. Trust me. Recently, he played a show in Far, Texas to a crowd of, I don't know, I'm just going to make a number up and just say like
Dozens.
he got a little aggravated and threw a little temper tantrum because, he's Aaron Lewis.
Aaron Lewis's solo career continues to hit plenty of bumps on the old country road.
So thank you, iHeart, because that was brilliant. Aaron Lewis, he's just known for being an asshole. He's a country star now. He's like, really not so much affiliated with Stained anymore.
I
but
wouldn't say star either.
He's no Florida Georgia Line. I'll tell you what.
Drink to that, really. Rock and roll will never die. With guys like you and me still alive, I'll tell you what, brother.
Aaron Lewis is playing this show, doing his country shit. It really bothers me because he's from Vermont. Can't get more country than that.
Right.
So he's playing this show, and he's trying to get everybody to calm down and stay quiet. He's got his little acoustic guitar out, and he wants everyone to just shh. And that's basically what everybody, all 98 of them, were doing.
Yeah,
and they were just hooting and hollering because it's Texas. What do you do at a country show other than drink and be loud?
A.D.I.D.A.S.
I don't know why he wants them to be quiet. He goes like, you're not going to be able to hear this if you guys can't be quiet. So he's just standing there doing the substitute teacher fucking thing.
Yeah.
Just like,
I can wait.
I'm only going to wait for so long, and then I'm just going to say goodnight.
And it's not working. People are just getting louder and louder. And he goes, I want you guys to be just like silent. And everyone's just like,
Yeah!
yeah!
Fuck! Yeet! Cousins! From a performer standpoint, I get it. You kind of want the undivided attention of the room, especially if you're up there. He's up there by himself. He doesn't have a band behind him, so it's not like he can play off of anyone else. It's not like instruments are really going to drown out a loud crowd. He's got an acoustic guitar in his voice. That's it. And when he felt like he wasn't getting that by the core group of people in front of him directly, not the whole crowd, just that core group of people, he just waited for them to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up! And when they didn't, he got a little unhappy. And you can hear it in the crowd was behind him.
You know what? In a different report, at least speculated that there were many people of Latino descent there in the crowd and that they didn't really understand, which I kind of don't buy that, though, because, he's just going, shh. That's an international symbol of just shut the fuck up.
But if you're not,
I mean, I think it's just being a country show and you're drunk and you're just
and that's
getting
what I was
rowdy.
say. If you're not familiar with etiquette,
you want to get outlaw, man.
For that, yeah, hell yeah, brother. I only say I assume they're Mexican because I believe he assumed they were Mexican, just like some of the people in the crowd might have assumed they were Mexican.
Someone did say
someone
that
yelled, "Tell them in Spanish, maybe they'll listen," something along those lines.
And he goes on to say,
said, "I don't speak Spanish. I'm American."
I'm sorry, I don't know how to speak Spanish. I'm American.
You done messed up, Aaron!
At any rate, he was obviously fed up. He didn't have to say that either.
We are in a really sensitive time right now
Yeah.
that is only going to get worse before it gets better.
So-
but people are super sensitive about that stuff. I understand where he's coming from. He didn't really have to say that, or he didn't really have to say it like that.
Look, I hate Aaron Lewis just as much as the next guy. Yeah.
Longtime enemy of this show.
Long time.
He hates us.
He hates us.
Fuck you, Aaron
At any
Lewis.
rate, fuck you, Aaron Lewis.
Yeah.
At any rate, sorry, Aaron Lewis, because that sucked.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.
When he said the "I don't speak Spanish, I'm American" thing, most of the crowd was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, brother, rock and roll."
I heard a
Everyone
couple
kinda
boos.
Turned on him a little bit, yeah. So
whatever the fuck he was had to do that needed to be so quiet.
it might have been like a super personal song. Like I don't know. But
I know,
we do know.
but that is why we have microphones and PAs. I think people will shut up when you start doing your thing and they can't hear
Normally.
you. And they can't hear you, and they go, oh, well, I better stop talking so I can fucking listen.
I don't want to take that cocksucker's side on this, but he did say he'd been listening to them go for the last hour or whatever he said. So he was pretty much well into his set, probably close to over, and he just wanted one fucking last song or whatever to be fucking the way he wanted it to be. I can't say I disagree with him. I just can't remember the last time he's had a hit.
It's been a while. And that is all that we have for Tranquil Radio today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/TranquilRadio216. We will be back next week.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Sean Ryan.
And I am Coley Colgate.
And this is Tranquil Radio.
Bitch.
Bow to it.
Tonight on Tranquil Radio, we got Tom DeLonge in search of Bigfoot. Korn is going to... Fuck.
They're going to fuck. They're going to make a corno. Don't you talk to my girlfriend and my sister like that. Come on, Cindy, we're going home. It was at House of Blues, and I don't remember who the artist was or anything, but they told everybody to get down on the ground so that during this build-up, everyone would jump or something. It was like a pop-punk show. And I was like, nah. And I just stood there, and I had my arms crossed, and I was like an asshole because everybody around me gets down. And then the fucking singer, who I don't remember who it was, but he's like, hey, I said get down. I was like, nah. And then he's like, fuck it, 1, 2, 3, and everybody jumped.